J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings trilogy is one of the most important works of fantasy ever written, and is a touchstone upon which many of today's fantasy worlds and creatures are based. The world of Middle-earth gained even more popularity when Peter Jackson adapted The Lord of the Rings into a film series that managed to capture its unique appeal, and the settings and characters that Tolkien created have continued finding new fans to this day. Much of the appeal of The Lord of the Rings comes from the impressive cast of characters that Tolkien conjured up for his timeless fantasy saga. At the core of these is Frodo Baggins and Samwise Gamgee, his steadfast and loyal friend. Sam begins the story as a risk-averse gardener.
If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
But by the end of the tale, he's been transformed into a legendary hero on the same level as any among the Fellowship of the Ring. It's perhaps for this reason that J.R.R. Tolkien considered Samwise Gamgee to be the true hero of The Lord of the Rings, remarking in a letter to potential publisher Milton Waldman in 1951, "I think the simple, rustic love of Sam and his Rosie is absolutely essential to the study of the chief hero's character." Tolkien's assertion that Sam is the chief hero is probably no surprise to Lord of the Rings fans. Though Frodo Baggins takes on the task of bearing the One Ring to Mount Doom, he begins to falter over the course of his long journey, eventually deciding to take the ring for himself when it finally comes time to destroy it. Meanwhile, Sam's time with the ring sees him single-mindedly devoted to saving Frodo, and he never even considers keeping the cursed object for himself. Sam overcomes his humble beginnings to defeat a giant spider. He also slays a tower full of orcs to rescue Frodo and is so formidable an opponent that the orcs believe him to be a legendary elven warrior. Finally, when Frodo can no longer walk, it's Sam who carries him up Mount Doom so that he can complete his task. Still, there's even more to Sam than this.
Samwise the Brave. I want to hear more about Sam. Frodo wouldn't have got far without Sam.
J.R.R. Tolkien had some real-life heroes in mind when he created the character of Sam, as reflected in a 1956 letter to editor H. Cotton Minchin, which read, "My Samwise is indeed, as you note, largely a reflection of the English soldier. Notably, Tolkien served in the British military during World War I, and as such, witnessed great acts of heroism firsthand. The author admired these soldiers so deeply that he wrote that they were, quote, so far superior to him." When a man with the same name as the heroic Hobbit wrote to Tolkien in 1956, Tolkien said that it was an honor to have that name, writing back, "The Sam Gamgee of my story is a most heroic character, even though his origins are rustic." With these words in mind, it's clear that Tolkien admired Sam just as much as readers and viewers have come to for generations since.